Today's adventure brings us to Elbow Pond Road. It's off Route 118, and we will be following this snowmobile path all the way out to Grandview Mountain, going to the East Peak for the fire tower remains. It will be number 74 for us on our New Hampshire fire tower list of the now 93 fire towers that are standing. Once stood, were proposed. Okay, so we're about a quarter of a mile. You can see it's the snowmobile trail. It's nice and wide, but you can probably make out too that there is a single path going through here for hikers. So this trail is used. We come to a fork in the snowmobile trail. We'll be going straight. The one on the sorry, I just killed a horse fly on my forehead and it fell in front of me. The trail off to the right. I believe if you were going to Mt Cilley, that's where people have been going down to start their bushwhack. But like I said, we'll be going straight because we're going to Grandview Mountain today. So we're moving on. So we're in about a mile, still on the snowmobile trail. But as you can tell, all the overgrowth is not as high as it was. My leg is soaked. I don't know if you can see that or not. It is drenched up to the knee. It's turned out beautiful. Look at the blue sky. And even though we're on a snowmobile trail, I think it's marked. That's a Karen, no? Built by Hercules?
Maybe.
You can see the trail is now mostly all fern. And it also goes up. There's the most significant up that we've had since we started. Well, we've just hit the high point on the snowmobile trail, heading down to the Mt Cilley Trail. And we are going down. It's kind of cool in here with the ferns and that and being so wide open. All right. We are headed this way. Now the Hercules, Karen. We are about 350 feet from the Mt Cilley Trail. So it should be right down the bottom here. So we thought we were going to have to take a right onto the Mt Cilley Trail, but according to my GPS, this snowmobile trail took that turn for us. So it's still nice and wide open, and we are working our way to where we will need to start bushwhacking on Grandview Mountain, heading down this wide, wide trail. And because we're on a snowmobile trail, we have snowmobile bridges to get us across the waterways. Kind of scenic in there.
Yeah, pretty.
Okay, it's kind of open in this area, so we're thinking this is the Grandview Mountain Trail, which is abandoned. But we will follow this up to the summit. Hopefully, it's still going to be a bushwhack. All right, let's get going. I'm quite sure that we're on the Grandview Mountain Trail now. If you look at that, that is trail maintenance. And it's from years ago. All right, as I pan up, see more of it's been cut with a saw. And I don't know if you can make it out or not, but this is a trail. So we're going to follow it to the summit. Of course, then we got to go over to the East Peak for the remains. Whew. We're about 0.12 from the summit of Grandview Mountain. And the trail is still evident, and Mother Nature is taking it back over. You can see Cheryl up there. And she's just following what she sees. Okay, the Grandview Mountain Trail. We lost it somewhere in the blowdowns. But we are on the summit of Grandview Mountain. It is a long, flat summit. So we're going to have to walk the length of it, go into a col, come up the other side to find the fire tower remains. All right, so we're bushwhacking our way over to the East Peak. The forest isn't too bad. We haven't hit any spots where it's completely dense. Spots where it gets dense, but most of what you see is what you get. We did walk through some ferns, and we scared the living heck out of a full family of grouse. They took off in every direction. We're continuing over to East Peak. So we're in the call, and it's sheer up over there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not. We're going to continue to skirt along the bottom of it and see if we can't find an easier way to get up. All right, so we decided to just come up this steep part here. Cheryl's coming up now. Using roots, using little trees. Come around the trees here. She's working her way. Wasn't too bad, huh? No. You know, what to grab, what to grab.
I like the roots the best.
Yeah.
Trust them.
All right, we still got a little steep here, but it's not gonna be too bad. Welcome to the summit of the East Peak of Grandview Mountain. Grandview is just a word today because as we look around, there are no views, grand or otherwise. But we are at the remains of the fire tower site. Now this site was originally a private observatory built in 1921 by the North Woodstock Improvement Association. But in 1939, it was replaced with a new fire tower. It was used as a secondary station. It was 40 feet tall, so as I'm looking up, yeah, we would have had some pretty good views if the tower was still up. But they took it back out of service in 1948, and then in 1960, they took it down. Now, we've been to a lot of wooden fire towers that have been taken down, and it looks more like it was toppled. This one, there's still a lot up here, but not a full tower. More artifacts. That bent angle right there, we've seen those at quite a few sites. This had something to do with the support. And some kind of a tube. Is that a tube, hon?
No, it's metal.
Oh, so some kind of wire. More of the remains here. Coming down around. And this here is conduit. Looks like there might be wire or something in it. It appears to be an old bed frame. I don't know how well you can see it in all these ferns. Yeah, bouncy, bouncy. And this tree decided to quit and start leaning. It was right next to one of the supports. Check that out, huh? It's all water and muck down in there. Oh, and spider webs. Some more of the remains. Big stud coming out of
You're a big stud.
Really? Now you're on the summit footing. What are you going to do now? Oh, summit pose. All right, so we've left the summit of Grandview Mountain, and we have located the trail from the summit, the Grandview Mountain Trail. We'll see if we can't connect it to the part we found down below. But either way, we're headed back down to the Snowmobile Trail. We're back down from Grandview Mountain. Nothing grand about that view at all. We went over to the East Peak. We at least found a fire tower remains. There are a lot of artifacts up there from that fire tower too. But we're back down. We're on Elbow Pond Road, taking it back out to 118, which, by the way, is in Woodstock, New Hampshire, because I don't think I mentioned that this morning. So until our next adventure, the end.